Okay, I didn't plan to make this video, but after watching a pile of Chapter 5 breakdowns the past few days from Think Noodles, Sheep Rampage, Poppy Theory, Copper 60, and others, I started noticing something weird. Not just new monster weird, I mean the reaction. The same trailer dropped and half the community said it looks amazing, while the other half said it looks like a Disney movie. And somehow, one character turned the entire fanbase into a war zone. Lily Lovebraids. But here's the thing nobody is talking about. The drama itself might be part of the strategy. Today, I want to walk through what actually happened, what creators noticed, what the developers responded to, why people are reacting the way they are, and why this whole situation might be telling us something bigger about Chapter 5. If you watch one breakdown, you think, cool trailer. If you watch two, you start noticing disagreements. But after watching multiple creators cover the same footage, the same character, the same dev replies, you start seeing patterns. Not just in the game, in the reaction. And that's when it stops being random. When the final Chapter 5 gameplay trailer released, most creators agreed on one thing. It looked polished. Sheep Rampage pointed out new mechanics, including the star device and blacklight mechanic. Think Noodles showed updated screenshots and the new grab pack tools. And several creators highlighted a new ally character voice, later confirmed by voice actor Elliot Schiff, named Giblet. But the moment Lily appeared, everything changed. Gaming Times coverage showed real tweets flooding in. People saying she looked rushed, too small, not scary, looks like Garden of Banban, looks like a Disney movie. And the comparisons exploded so fast that even the developers of Garden of Banban tweeted they were catching strays. This wasn't a quiet criticism, this was a viral backlash. But here's where things get interesting. Sheep Rampage pointed out something important. Most of the criticism came from very specific shots. Lily in a brightly lit toy room, colorful environments, childlike tea party scenes, and that led to a bigger complaint. People saying Chapter 5 looks too colorful to be horror. But that's when Toby responded in Discord. According to Sheep Rampage and Gaming Times breakdowns, Toby explained, the toy-like environments exist because of the lore. Playtime Co. made spaces colorful to make children feel safe before experimentation, which means the bright colors aren't removing horror, they are the horror. And when fans worried the aesthetic might ruin the tone, Toby replied, you haven't even seen a quarter of the game. That one sentence changed the conversation, because it confirmed something important. The trailer is only showing selected environments. When fans compared the dollhouse environment to Banban, Toby responded, that part makes sense in the lore, but you don't know about it yet. And if you followed earlier chapters, this tracks. Chapter 2 was colorful, Chapter 3 had entire cartoon environments. Playcare in Chapter 3 looked like a playground. Those weren't artistic mistakes, they were bait. Bright spaces hiding dark reality. Another major criticism, she isn't intimidating. But as several creators pointed out, Mommy Longlegs also had a cute face. Catnap looked harmless before he moved, and the entire horror of Poppy Playtime has always come from contrast. Cute toy design versus violent behavior. Copper 60 even suggested Lily's childlike personality may be deliberate. Her tea parties, her doll conversations, her playful tone. Not scary on the surface, unsettling underneath. Copper 60 highlighted several key details. She speaks in a childlike tone. She hosts tea parties with dolls. She says, we're going to have so much fun. She chases the player. She traps the player with her braid. And in one voice line, she warns, he's going to kill them all, which suggests she knows the prototype's plan. Not just a monster, a character with knowledge. Copper 60 proposed that Lily may begin friendly, then turn hostile after the player steals the star device from her room. That idea lines up with trailer footage showing the star attached to the grab pack hand during Lily chase scenes, meaning we likely obtain it from her. And the star device itself appears to react to danger, lighting up with emotional faces. Sheep Rampage even suggested the purple glow indicates a blacklight mechanic for revealing hidden clues, which would connect perfectly with Chapter 5's theme of hidden information. Sheep Rampage and Gaming Time both highlighted this chapter introduces multiple gameplay mechanics, new grab pack tools, environmental scanning, light-based discovery, which is important because Chapter 4 was criticized for lacking new mechanics, and Dev Spencer confirmed they used feedback from Chapter 4 to improve Chapter 5. Right after the trailer, Mob updated previous chapters on PC. Think Noodles reported that the update added achievements, but also introduced bugs and graphical issues. Fans complained. Within hours, Mob rolled the update back and apologized on Steam. That response actually reassured fans. They're listening. Gaming Time reported over 40,000 posts about the trailer drama. That number sounds insane, but it proves something. People care. When an indie horror game triggers that level of reaction, it's no longer niche, it's mainstream attention. Toby also addressed Lily's appearance quality, saying compression and YouTube quality make the model look worse, and the in-game version looks more detailed, which could explain the greasy look fans complained about. This is common in trailers. Compression destroys textures and lighting. Fans also asked about the red character teased in the ARG. Toby responded jokingly, "Who?" Creators believe this means the character is important and intentionally hidden. Mob historically hides major reveals in trailers, so the absence may actually confirm importance. Here's the real answer. She represents three things at once: contrast horror design, childlike innocence versus danger, and a tonal shift back to toy environments. And after Chapter 4's rocky launch, fans are hypersensitive to anything that looks different, which means every frame gets overanalyzed. Gaming Time suggested something interesting. Drama creates attention. Attention creates hype. And whether intentional or not, controversy has pushed Chapter 5 into viral territory. More tweets, more videos, more curiosity. Free marketing. Here's what's confirmed. The chapter introduces new mechanics. Lily plays a major role. Environments are lore accurate. Devs incorporated fan feedback, and more areas exist than the trailer shows. And hidden characters are still unrevealed. And we are days away from release. I don't think Lily is the problem. I think she's the spark. The real test isn't the trailer. It's how the chapter feels when you're alone, in the dark, and the cute toy stops acting cute. Because that's always been the moment Poppy Playtime gets you. I don't think Lily is the problem. I think she's the spark. Finally, we have to address the subtitle, Broken Things. The prototype explicitly tells Poppy, "Come back, I shall fix you." This ties into the wrong side out animals we saw in the teaser, creatures whose anatomy has been inverted. The prototype isn't just a killer, he's a fixer. As Think Noodles and Gaming Time have speculated, he is building a rebirth of the factory. Every toy he fixes is a part of his master plan. We are likely being lured down to the labs not to stop the prototype, but to become the final broken thing he needs to complete his work. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the backlash is justified? Or do you think people are judging too early? And what worries you more, Lily, or what the trailer didn't show? Drop it below. And if you want coverage like this when Chapter 5 drops, subscribe. We're almost there.